Hello everyone, so you've probably already heard something about the tension growing between Disney and the Marvel Studios owned by it. For the first time we learned about it last year when it turned out that Disney was introducing something like external management of the studio, which would not just take all the reins from Kevin Feige, but at least it will greatly limit his power, and for the previous more than 10 years, the creature name MSU no one could think of it, but it turned out that it was just flowers. After all, just recently, the new or rather returned Disney boss Bob Iger went even further and made an incredible statement, which in fact made it clear that in the coming years, the entire previous MSU strategy with multiple sequels as well as the team of the main Avengers superheroes, will be revised. Further quote, "Sequels usually worked well for us. For example, you need a third or the fourth film, but maybe it's time to turn to other characters. From the point of view of the Marvel brand, in principle, there is nothing wrong with this. I think we just need to see what characters and stories we are studying, and if you look at the trajectory of Marvel's development over the next 5 years, you will see a lot of new things. We are going to return to the Avengers franchise but with a completely different set of Avengers. How do you understand that when something like this sounds not from Kevin Feige but from his immediate boss who does not run the Marvel studio? There are a lot of questions, but he finally put an end to this issue, the issue of the growing enmity between Marvel bosses and Disney bosses. The fact that Star Wars films, including Kevin Feige personally, were also recently cancelled. The projects of Patricia Jenkins and Kevin Feige on Star Wars were cancelled, as a result of which the director of the film Thor: Love and Thunder, Taika Waititi, became the likely next director of the new Star Wars, as well as apparently the new favorite Bob Iger, and perhaps even the next contender for the throne Kevin Feige. Judge for yourself. Disney, just at the moment when it should have been to begin production, cancels the Star Wars project that Kevin Feige has been working on for several years, and most likely gives it to Taika Waititi, which is like an imperfectly clear action against the current boss of MSU. Yes, I understand that it was impossible to even imagine it before, because Kevin Feige was considered at Disney to be something like an unrecognized or even recognized genius who turns everything he touches into billions of dollars. But apparently now the situation has changed for good reason. Rumors began to spread about 6 months ago that Kevin Feige might even leave Marvel after the Secret Wars movie is released, as if the apogee of his labors in the studio. Agree that now such rumors look much more plausible. While probably another type of genius, however, as Chris Hemsworth called him, the crazy genius Taika Waititi is preparing to take over the reins of Kevin Feige, according to the idea of nothing good, as well as many millions of fans who were disappointed by the last Thor, and in general what he did with the Thunderer in Taika Waititi, and Chris Hemsworth himself, if you remember, said after that he no longer works as Crazy Geniuses, and says goodbye to Marvel. I'm afraid that if this genius is entrusted with the entire movie universe in quotes, then in the foreseeable future there will be no trace of its former greatness. Yes, maybe we ran ahead, but while the bells are getting more and more alarming. Okay, for today we will wrap up. Write what you think about all this in the comments. Be sure to put likes and of course subscribe to our channel. Thank you all for watching.